3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and let's get ready for EJ Boxing Live.
Big man Michael Buffer, give me the big up. And Canelo Alvarez is suing Golden Boy and DAZN. We got my man Ego to give us the rundown, and I'm just gonna chime in on what Ego's saying. So let's hear what he has to say.
Versus Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, DAZN over record deal. Canelo Alvarez filed a lawsuit Tuesday in federal court against DAZN and Golden Boy Promotions and its CEO, Oscar De La Hoya, alleging that the parties have not lived up to the terms of an 11-fight, $365 million deal that was agreed upon in 2018. Alvarez is seeking at least $280 million in damages, according to the lawsuit.
According to the lawsuit, he is seeking, you guys see it, this is big.
It's a lot of money.
According to the lawsuit, he's seeking $280 million
Oscar,
at least.
He's smoking.
So that could be upwards of $300 million.
Canelo's smoking.
Wow.
Alvarez is seeking at least $280 million in damages, according to the lawsuit, which was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Central District of California. This lawsuit arises from the breach of the single largest contract in this history of boxing, and one of the largest in all of sport. The complaint states, Alvarez last fought in November 2019, when he stopped WBO-like talks resumed between Alvarez, DAZN and Golden Boy. There was a disagreement over whom Alvarez would face and for how much. The suit states, after extended discussions between the parties, DAZN offered to pay Alvarez and Golden Boy Promotions a fraction of the contracted $40 million.
They offered to pay him a fraction of the contracted $40 million.
Days, the DAZN of fraction. So you're damn right you're gonna pay a fraction, because let's look at the guys he's been fighting. All right, since the contract, all right. So I believe the Canelo Alvarez I think he fought both them Golovkin fights. They were on HBO. I believe they were both on HBO. I don't think they was with thing. They was with HBO, I think. And then the Rocky Fielding fight was definitely DAZN, because that was whack. And Danny Jacobs, so fight. And the the Sergey Kovalev fight, that was on DAZN as well. Catch weight. So they're going to pay him a fraction. I can understand they're paying him a fraction, because I'm not too sure if the Triple G fight versus thing. No, I think that was on HBO. Let me find out the broadcaster. The event. Let me see the bout. Okay, let me find out. It was make a mistake. That the second fight. Where was what broadcaster? I believe it was HBO, man. Who's the broadcaster of that? Was it DAZN? No, I'm at the judge. Yeah, it was HBO. Golden Boy, K2 Promotions, HBO. Yeah, it was HBO. All right. So they basically had 3 fights with him. Danny Jacobs, Rocky Fielding fight was like, bruh, that was terrible. Danny Jacobs, it's a good fight. Sergio Kovalev, catch weight, bleh. So these fights, they didn't really pick up. I think they wanted to do the Golden Boy, but HBO kind of got the best out of Canelo in terms of the 2 Triple G fights. The Julio Chavez fight, Liam Smith fight was whack. Amir Khan fight, bleh. Yeah, Miguel Cotto, that's a fight they were looking for years. James Kirkland, allowed it out. Azala Lara, that was a good fight. Ungulu, Mayweather, yeah, Mayweather. So he picked up his first loss in it. So Canelo, listen, I still remember when he's fighting Matthew Hatton, bruv. Yeah, I mean Matthew Hatton, what's his name? Alfonso Gomez, Ryan, right? Look at it, Ryan Rose, Kerman Cintron. This is all when he's like 154. What's his Shane Mosley, Jose Lopez. These are all welterweights, man. He's at 154, and he won the vacant belt. How you win the vacant world belt against Matthew Hatton, bro? Madness, bro. Madness. And this is all at 154. These guys are welterweights, isn't it? Definitely, what Mayweather was mainly at welterweight. He fights at 154. Okay, Austin Trout was a 154. Jose Lopez a welterweight. Shane Mosley, between 154. Kermit Cincho definitely was a welterweight most of his career. Alfonso Gomez, 154, whatever. Or one, Ryan Rose, 150, but he's old. Matthew Hatton, Dero, was it Carlos Baldwin? I think that's when he first came into the scene. I remember that fight. Beat Cotto's brother. What's his name? Thingy Cotto's brother, Jose Miguel Cotto. I remember that fight. Busted up his brother. Lara fight was a big fight. And Gudo fight. The Austin Trout fight. I remember when I watched that 2013, it's years ago now. I actually didn't think he won that fight. And a lot of people didn't think he won the Lara fight. But regardless of that, let's talk about the contract. Let's go back to my man, Ego.
Dollars. See that? A fraction. So he's owed $40 million per fight, presumably 35 for him and the 5 for his opponent.
License fee and cash in some days and stock in advance of a potential IPO.
Now, it says Golden Boy, they offered him a portion of the money, They offered him a portion of his contracted $40 million license fee in cash and some DAZN stock in advance of a potential IPO. So basically, they try to give him DAZN bucks. You know what I mean? You ever go to a Lowe's and you return, let's say, a ceiling fan? It's $99 plus tax. That's $106.
But they should have took it. In my opinion, you shouldn't have took it because when you go to this, you're not gonna get half the money. You should have took what they were giving you. In my opinion, Canelo, you're trying to go like then some of them opponents you're fighting, they weren't the best of opponents. I can tell you that. So whatever they would give over, you should take it because in this corona thing don't seem like it's ending no time soon. So in my opinion, you should have took whatever they were giving you. Going like say beggars can't be choosers, bro. You wasn't that one of the most lucrative contracts in all the sports. Yeah, like we're in this corona epidemic. How the heck they gonna pay you? And how the heck they gonna pay you when you ain't fighting top live competition and the opponents and then on top of that the fights are not generating the amount because remember Canelo's coming with that big massive fan base, right? So because he's coming with that big massive fan base, they thought most of the Mexican fan base are gonna buy DAZN, but DAZN is not in rural areas as my man D Stars keep telling us that it's not in rural areas where most of the Canelo fans are. They can't purchase DAZN. You know what I mean? So the fan base can't get to go and buy the subscription of DAZN. That's what that was supposed to happen. So the subscription numbers are not really picking up. The viewership is not really picking up. So they're thinking, why am I need to pay you that much amount of money? I mean, even though they contract to pay you that money, they're getting epidemic, so they're trying to get their way out of it. And Canelo's like, nah, I'm not having it. I need my money. And Oscar's getting paid. Everyone's getting paid. Except Canelo's like, oh, okay, Oscar got paid, so he's suing. I mean, he's the suing DAZN, but they said alleged Golden Boy and thingy. So yeah, I mean, he wants his dough. Canelo, let me tell you something, bro. Like, hey, listen, this boxing thing is dread, bro. You see people complaining about Deontay Wilder didn't sign with the zone. See, look at that. Deontay Wilder, he would have been caught up in this stuff as well. He would have been caught up in this stuff. He's lucky he didn't sign with the zone, right? Anthony Joshua had a one fight deal with the zone. Smart as well.
Right? And the box, you never open it up, but you do not have the receipt. So the store the management might accept that you're returning the ceiling fan that's never been opened. It's a product that they still sell, so they'll return it for you. But since you don't have the receipt, they'll offer you store credit. That's what they were offering Canelo, DAZN bucks or equity, similar to the pact that they have with Triple G, where he gets equity in the company or something, some kind of DAZN bucks. 40 million license fee, a fraction of that, and some DAZN stock in advance. But the troubling part is anybody with the brain knows that
let's look at Mayweather, right? So Mayweather got, I think, reportedly $100 million, right? When he done a deal with Showtime, right? So the first fight coming in off the bat, he went against Robert Guerrero, right? Who coming with 31 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, right? Moved up. He just beating Andre Bell. Floyd wanted to fight Andre Bell. He beat Andre Bell, so Floyd gave him a shot, right? Let's look at Canelo. Canelo's first fight against who? Let me see who Canelo's first fight against. One sec. Canelo's first fight, right? I think it was Rocky Fielding, innit? It's Rocky Fielding, innit? I'm backstage. I was Jalik. Okay, 1 minute, Jalik. Let me get you in. Yeah, Rocky Fielding. His first fight is Rocky Fielding. All right? And then next thing, his next fight in against Danny Jacobs. Who's Floyd fight next in? Floyd after he fought Canelo Alvarez. So you look at the levels that Floyd fighting a much higher level opponent. Then the third fight in, Floyd's fighting Marcus Badon, and you know that back-to-back fight. And then he finished the contract with Pacquiao. But then his third fight was Sergio Kovalke for the light heavyweight championship, fine. But the levels, where's my man? Where you at? People, executive's got his popcorn ready. Yeah, where's Jalik? Where you at? Is he your backstage? Where you at, Jalik? Where is he? Let me see Jalik. Where you at, Jalik? I can't see you. You're backstage. You gone? Where you at, Jalik? Where's Jalik? Where? Tell him to come back. Where you at, bro? Let me see where Jalik is. Where you at, Jalik? Jalik, you ain't there. Executive session. Second, look, man. All I'm saying is this. Is like Floyd was fighting Floyd fighting better competition, right? In his first 3 fights than Canelo Alvarez, and he's getting paid much more. I mean, listen, bro. Look, Robert Guerrero, he beat Canelo Alvarez in his second fight of that contract, and then he goes straight in, right, against Marcos Madonna, who beat Adrian Broner. Now, so let me say, so who did Rocky Fielding beat? Yeah, to come to that. Okay, 27 wins with 1 loss. But who did he win, man? Who's he like, bruh? Like, who's Rocky Fielding beat actually before to get that fight with Canelo Alvarez? What, Tyron Zavix or whatever his name is? I never heard of that guy. Never heard of this guy. From Germany. Bruv. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. So that constitutes a fight. Okay, let's look at Danny Jacobs, the fight before thingy. Okay, maybe Danny Jacobs won't let me show it. But Danny Jacobs is incredible. He's all right. Danny Jacobs, because he gave a cool fight with Triple G and stuff like that. But let me see if he's back. No, Jalik, you ain't even back yet. Anyway, let me continue with my man.
DAZN's stock wasn't the highest, since they came to this American takeover, as Eddie Hearn puts it. It hasn't looked like a successful endeavor. So why would Canelo want that as opposed to cash in hand? This is looking messy.
However, the entire value of the package for a bout against another world champion was substantially less than Alvarez's contractual guarantee.
So all the options weighed, like with the DAZN bucks and part of your cash agreement, it was still a lot less than what they actually owe him. So Canelo's like, why would I take that?
It continued. Given that DAZN had made it clear that it would not honor its contract, throughout the spring and summer of 2020, Alvarez repeatedly asked Golden Boy Promotions to explore alternative broadcast options for a full 2020 bout.
So that says because they weren't going to honor the contract, Canelo told Golden Boy, then take me somewhere else. It says Alvarez repeatedly asked Golden Boy to explore alternative broadcast options for his fall fight. Although Golden Boy reported that it was talking to various broadcasters, it failed to put forth a single alternative plan by which it would pay Alvarez $35 million that they had promised him for each of his fights. Wow.
Although Golden Boy Promotions reported that it was talking to various broadcasters, The suit alleges that Golden Boy Promotions failed to live up to its fiduciary duty to the Mexican star and that Alvarez has suffered harm and damages, including, but not limited to, the denied guaranteed payments, lost gate revenue, and opportunities for ancillary revenue associated with bouts, such as sponsorships and apparel revenue. For the time being, Alvarez, who has fought 3 of the 11 fights under his deal, has no fights scheduled. I'm the pound-for-pound #1 in the world. I'm not scared of any opponent in the ring. And I'm not going to let failures of my broadcaster or promoters keep me out of the ring, he said in a statement on Tuesday. I filed the lawsuit so I can get back to boxing and give my fans the show they deserve. Stefan Friedman, a spokesperson for Golden Boy, said in a statement that Canelo's beef is with DAZN. They're the ones refusing to honor the contract by not...
DAZN?
Now, this is a Golden Boy spokesperson. They say Canelo's beef is with DAZN.
Yeah.
They're the ones refusing. But that's cap, because if you look at the actual title of this article, and I actually have obtained a copy of the lawsuit, Canelo files suit versus Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, who's the founder and CEO and formerly known as the Golden Boy in his career. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, and DAZN.
Yeah.
So he's suing all of them.
Go Freedom.
So how is this Golden Boy representative, Stefan Friedman, saying that Canelo's beef was with DAZN? Obviously, his beef is deeper than just DAZN, because he wouldn't have included you guys.
Yes.
You guys being Golden Boy and Oscar in the lawsuit. If he just had a bone to pick with DAZN, that's what we would be suing. But obviously, he feels that Golden Boy is somehow complicit, henceforth why they're on the actual lawsuit. So let's clear that cap up, because there's some cap there.
They're the ones refusing to honor the contract by not approving the outstanding opponents we have presented to them and by refusing to pay the contractually required amount, Friedman said. Even though our contract specifically gives Golden Boy the right to wait until the pandemic is over and fans can return, in the best interest of boxing, Golden Boy is doing everything it can to make great fights happen. We remain ready, willing and able to make a fight for Canelo as soon as possible. Friedman.
So that's basically damage control, them just saying, hey, we're still trying to work this out and, you know, get Canelo a fight and all that.
Added, contrary to the complaint, Golden Boy has an equal approved right over Canelo's opponents. Nobody from Golden Boy ever promised anyone that Canelo would fight any specified opponent. We simply agreed to put on the kind of premiere, history-making fights we worked on together in 2019.
End quote.
Yep. All I'm saying is this, bro. There may be trouble ahead. Marco Montoya. Oh, this the brown nose. The brown nose. What's he saying? Let me see what the brown nose and Michael Montoya saying. Ain't no one even pays attention to my man channel, bro. Let me give him some limelight. Let me see what Michael Montoya is saying, because he's a brown nose for Golden Boy, so he gonna be favoring Golden Boy.
What's up, everybody? Happy.
Yeah. Come on, let's get to it, bro. Let's get to it, bruv. Oh, I didn't skip to Rafi. We were skipping to Rafi before. Rafi's talking to the Rick Glazier. That's his guy, and never heard of that guy before. Rafi even put him on. Rafi even gave him life, but you know that's Rafi. That's his choice. All right, let me hear this guy.
United States. That's toll free. Over in the UK, 0208.
Come on, man. Let's get to it, bro.
It's still a global pandemic. We've been in this quarantine, this lockdown, and that has affected the sport.
See, here we go.
That must mean I'm an apologist for DAZN. Or if I criticize DAZN, that must mean I'm a Canelo dick rider.
Yep, you are.
I wear my Canelo hat. You guys see that? I thought it was appropriate, given the news today. I wear my Canelo hat. But so there's no winning for a guy like me to really opine on this, because people out there will say I'm taking one side.
You are taking both sides.
Honestly, you guys
that's what you do.
Watch my show.
We know what you're on.
I'm always on the side of boxing.
Nah, you're not. No, you're not. You're a brown noser for freaking
so
Golden Boy.
Think about that. Think about
No, we're not thinking about it. Are you going to give us your opinion or what?
So this is affecting all of us right now.
What's affecting us?
And for Canelo, who is a multi-millionaire worth 9 figures.
He needs that bread.
8 figures, but he's worth 9 figures. He's worth well over 100.
Yeah, he wants that money.
One of the biggest, well, probably the biggest sports star in Mexico, but at least one of the biggest stars.
Yeah, one of
Mexico.
Yeah, one of them.
This guy, he's got FU money. And for him to go into this lawsuit right now,
yes,
the optics of it not very good.
Well, he ain't got no money.
The first time Canelo has had poor optics in terms of public relations. He's
bumming on Canelo. This guy's a brown noser, man. This guy's a brown noser. I mean, optics. I mean, bruh, the fighter. If you say you're always for the fighter, how is it bad optics? If they say they're gonna supposed to give him the money, they're supposed to give him the money. I don't care. I want my money. You know what I'm saying? There he is. There you are. There you are, Jalik. What's up, Jalik? You're on mute, bro. Let me take you off. You're on mute. Let me take you off. You're on mute, bro. See? There you go. You dead. You was on mute, bro. Like, Jalik. See? Jalik's out of the bout. There you go. You back. You back. There you is. Go ahead. What's up, Jalik? You all right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just listening in.
Yeah, that Michael Monteo, he's brown nosing, bro. He brown nosing up. Like, I know that that's what he does. He always brown nosing, yeah. See, he's a golden boy nut hugger, yeah. And like, obviously, Canelo's going against golden boy, so now he's obviously turned up. Now listen to this guy. Listen to this.
Yeah, what he said.
Listen.
With Golden Boy Promotions. Guys, go back, I think it was like 5 years when Canelo fought Miguel Cotto for his WBC title, knowing full well Gennady Golovkin was the mandatory. Canelo had no problem paying the WBC sanctioning fees, fighting Cotto to take that WBC belt. He took it, he accepted it after that fight. But as soon as they said, hey, you got to fight this mandatory, he said, no mas. He dropped the belt, threw it in the garbage, and beefed with the WBC for a year or so. That's why Mauricio Suleiman has gone so hard, slobbing all over Canelo since, because he wants back in that business, right? So that was a really bad look from Canelo Alvarez, basically ducking a prime peak Gennady Golovkin in the eyes of many fans. And it was a bad look for
You see what I'm trying to say about this guy, bro? So now he's coming out here, and he's trying to say he for the fans. He's out here bombing on Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez is suing Golden Boy. And really, what he's on, he's a Triple G fan. Triple G, prime. What he's trying to say, yo, Triple G would have got that work regardless, bro. The two of them deserved each other, but this guy out here is brown nosing. So now he out here bombing on Canelo because Canelo wants his bread. Give the man his money. If you promised him his money, give the man his money. So now let me hear some more of this guy here. Let me hear.
Golden Boy Promotions at the time because they brokered that whole deal. They could have just said up front, hey, we'll fight Cotto, but we don't care about the WBC title. We don't want it. But they didn't say that. They wanted that title, and then 5 minutes after they got it, oh, we don't want this title no more because we got to fight that dude right now in this prime. No, we don't want none of that. So bad look, right? So this has happened several times in Canelo's career. All that being said, you can make a legitimate case for why Canelo's doing this, okay? I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it. I'm just saying from an optics perspective, if you're really, really just a regular, casual sports fan, living through your life right now,
talking rubbish.
Now, from what I understand in the contract, the total at the end of the 11 fights has to come out to $365 million. That doesn't necessarily mean that every fight has to be paid equally. There could be back-end lump sum payment, kind of like.
Anyway, all he's basically trying to say is that Canelo shouldn't sue them now. Canelo should wait around and hang around. What do you say? Canelo, he's trying to say Canelo shouldn't ask for his money. What do you think?
I see it from all different perspectives. I see why the zone don't want to pay him money because that's how businesses are. If they can't make money from you, they always find a way to try to win. They ain't in the business. It's not like they ain't in business to lose money. Then they might lose initially with these high contracts and they want a return on their investment. But after a while, they don't see their return on their investment and they projecting their numbers in the future, then they going to have to get rid of the 2 biggest contracts, which is Triple G's turn is next. Now, in the COVID situation, they can use that as an excuse. They're built in court. Just because you right or wrong, it's about who wins in court. And now I see it on Canelo's perspective. Everybody know that Homeboy is not a good promoter. And Ryan Garcia, for the sake of me, why did he even resign with this guy? I'm like, bro, don't you see what he's doing to Canelo? And Virgil Ortiz, all of them should wake up. He doesn't do nothing, like Rashidi Ellis, the whole thing. But from Canelo's perspective, he's not going to get 280 million out of the lawsuit. If that's the case, then they should just pay him the 280 million and just keep the fights going on. So I see it from all different perspectives. Who's going to win in court is going to be very interesting, because word on the streets is Oscar De La Hoya promised the DAZN Gennady Golovkin, but if you notice, Canelo said he didn't want him initially, so they had to pay more money for that. So a certain lies that Oscar made to get his welfare check, because Oscar without Canelo is nothing. He got that welfare check, so they relying on Canelo. So they're stuck in the middle of it. The guy that's playing both sides of the fence is Eddie Hearn. I call Eddie Hearn a double agent. Nobody's gonna look at him nothing, because he just Matchroom guy and he's also a DAZN guy. So at the end of the day, nothing is gonna look too bad on his end. But I just knowing basic human psychology and human nature, you can see what Eddie Hearn is doing. How automatically, when have you ever seen all these guys turn down a fight with Canelo? I mean, come on. And all of them is promoted by Eddie Hearn. It's obvious that they was been trying to do that. I thought they would do it with a controversial decision loss, because that's the way for them to devalue as well. Give you a controversial decision loss. But with Canelo being so good, that didn't work. So this might drag into 2022. That would have been 2 years out of his prime wasted in court. Canelo better have some amazing managers, some amazing people advising him, because you got to realize the people that own the DAZN, and we're talking about the DAZN USA, these guys the guy is like a billionaire guy. So you know he got the best of the best lawyers. Like, come on. And you also got to look at it like this. It's beneficial for the boxing community, based on their competitive nature, that the DAZN doesn't do well, because just like Napster was a threat to the music industry, the DAZN is a threat to the pay-per-view model. So do you really think Al Heyman would have made Wilder sign with them? Hell no. So and the DAZN caused that Wilder's value to go up, but why the fuck they gonna let Wilder sign with the DAZN and threaten the pay-per-view model and they use it for Fox? Everybody want a pay-per-view star. Like, come on, that's kind of dumb. So I see, to be honest with you, who's going to win in court? Man, I think they're going to sign some NDA agreements, non-disclosure agreements, and they're going to settle all in court. How long it's going to take, I'm not sure, but that's probably going to be at least a year from now, which have been 2 years since he fought. That's just my opinion.
Yo, what you raised some good points. First off, people criticizing Deontay Wilder for not taking that 100 mil. Now, looking at it right now, it was probably the smart move not to. It was a smart move not to take that money, because the thing is, Anthony Joshua, right? No, I mean, when he signed with DAZN, he was doing a fight by fight basis, which is the smart thing to do. You know, you give me 40 mil up front, next time 50 mil and whatever. Like, so you're not really tied to them. And you know, they had, you know, at the time, Viacom, they're the ones who put in the money. Also, Viacom, they got money in Bellator as well. They got money in Bellator and all the other things. They're trying to monopolize the sport, right? And you know, they've got tons of money, but bruh, they can't make money if right now this epidemic and there's no sports going on, so they can't make money. How can Canelo asking for this type of money at this time? I understand it's ludicrous for most people, but what I'm saying is that end of the day, I think Canelo is really talking about. I think the last 3 fights he fought, to be fair, they haven't done good numbers, and the reason why these stars pointed out, right, that most of the Mexican fans can't purchase the DAZN because in the area they live in rural America, right? The DAZN thing is not over there, so they can't really purchase that. So the DAZN thought, what the DAZN was hoping for, that Mexican fan base are gonna purchase the DAZN and have that, which quite a few of them did, but it wasn't in great numbers, and the fights itself wasn't really driving the market. I mean, some of these fights here, against bloody Rocky Fielding, bruv, like,
exactly.
Nah, bro, you're not getting with that. Danny Jacobs, so, and the Sergio Cole fight catch weight, bro. These are not like.
That's
fights.
What I'm saying, bro.
These are not fights gonna drive the market. So you think you're gonna steal money, right? And maybe the zone was like, okay, because they're stupid. Oscar De La Hoya was like, we're just gonna steal their money for everything, right?
Yeah.
Oscar's so greedy. So now Oscar's like, yo, this thing, because of the pandemic, this thing's come a loss. Now, people are talking about how much Canelo's worth, yeah? But Canelo must be spending at least gambling, girls. I don't know what he's spending
Yeah.
on, family members. He must have burnt through the money. Now he needs some of that money now. The zone ain't giving him now. Canelo's like, yo, what I need, bro, I'm with this company. I can't fight. I'm signed to you, but bro, when are you gonna actually start doing fights? Because really, Golden Boy are the ones who put on the shows, and they're usually through the zone. Now the zone is in limbo. Nothing's going on. He ain't getting no money. Oscar De La Hoya is got paid. Oscar was getting paid more than Canelo as well. I mean, because he broke the deal, so Oscar was getting paid for breaking the deal. So it's like Canelo's like, yo, how am I gonna fight all these bums, yeah? And I'm getting paid. Like, I'm not gonna lie, 11 fight. Mayweather never done 11 fight. Mayweather done, I think it was a 5-fight, 100.
It was 6. It was 6.
6 fight, right? 6 fight, 100 mil, which is fair. And at the time it was lucrative, but you see, they guys are so greedy. They went for the big Conchalala, one of the biggest contract in sport. But Mayweather was pushed. I mean, Mayweather's first fight against Guerrero, that's a decent fight to start off with, because Guerrero,
yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, but the next fight, he fought you, Canelo. He fought you, the next up and coming big Mexican star. You see, he gave back to Showtime. He made Showtime get their money's worth because everyone was watching that joint. Because everyone was looking, everyone came to watch that show. They Showtime got their money now. On the Marcus Madonna first fight, maybe not, but definitely on the second fight, people purchased that to see that, and they 100% got their money's worth on with the Mayweather and Pacquiao. They got their money worth and some. So he gave them back what their money and some. You, on the other hand, Sergio Kovalev, nah. Danny Jacobs, nah, and 100% Rocky Fielder, nah. HBO, right, with their contract with Golden Boy, but they gave for the Triple G fights. This is the fights that most people would probably watch. The Julio Cesar Chavez fight, Liam Smith fight, no. Amir Khan fight, it brought audience, yeah. The Miguel Cotto for 100% people want to see that because the Puerto Rican fight against Mexican fight goods, right? So these are the Miguel Cotto, the Julio Cesar Chavez fight that brought the numbers in, and Geoffrey Golovkin and the Mayweather fight brought them in. Other than that, bro, you ain't pushing numbers. And if you're the zone, you're looking at numbers like Anthony Joshua is bringing more numbers to the plate, bro. They got their money's worth back with Anthony Joshua, 100%. Yo, what's up, D Stars? Yeah, D Stars. Yeah, D Stars in the chat, right? What's up, Tom?
What's up, D Stars?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is this, yeah. I'm saying is this, right? This boxing thing here is deep. Oscar, I'm thinking if I'm Canelo, I'm trying to get out my contract. I'm going with Al Heyman, bro. I'm going.
Yeah, because his value is low, bro. His value is low, and that's where they want him at. They want him to have a low value so they don't have to pay him more. So it's up to him to create a team to get his stock back up. It's just like the rapper you come out. Remember 50 Cent after his first CD, Get Rich or Die Trying was hot. By the time his third CD is out, his other rappers then came, he wasn't selling as many records. That's the same thing. You constantly got to be on top of your brand and your thing. He doesn't really connect to the audience. He just rely on just the straight Mexican fan base. I hardly ever see him do interviews. And what better way to push the market? You already see they can pay Ryan Garcia way less money, but Ryan Garcia knows how to promote it. You know what I'm saying? He got the teeny boppers, he got the ladies, he got all these different things, and they can get a probably almost the same return on investment or more, but they're paying way less money on marketing and salaries. They can take that one salary with Triple G and Canelo and just have so many Devin Haney and different things like that, and also do a couple YouTube fights with which people will watch. It's funny, the Roy Jones and Mike Tyson probably gonna do more pay-per-views than the Charlo. I mean, it's just crazy. These guys don't brand they stuff like that.
Yo,
they don't.
Hey, yo, what you just said there is gold. The Mike Tyson versus the Roy Jones will bring more than and some
exactly, bro.
100%, bro. 100%. Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya have bitten off more than they can chew. If forever clout, they went to steal the money and they not giving their fans the fights want to do. The zone, the broadcaster, try to think we're gonna take over boxing, and Oscar De La Hoya has stuck them up. And now Canelo wants his money. See, the thing is, yeah, right? What's happened? Oscar probably snorted most of the money up his nose, right?
Exactly, bro.
Canelo spent the money on family members and whatever, and they thought, because look, they thought they're never gonna go broke. We can fight these UK bums. We can fight these UK bums for a lifetime. Fight a couple of fringe guys, but bruh, see the thing is, and the most funny thing about it, you know, I'm not gonna say like obviously certain fighters they wasn't putting Canelo to say, yo, Canelo, you need to fight better opponents. When it was Floyd, yeah, bruh, they were breaking Floyd's neck saying, yo, you need to fight better opponents. He got bashed by Guerrero. So they said, all right, I'll fight Canelo. And then okay, they never went quiet. Floyd, they made Floyd work for every inch of that money.
Exactly, bro.
Every inch. But Canelo, listen, this is the thing. Let's get to a point, right? The Zone said they're gonna give him a piece of their network contract, network or whatever, and they give him some money. He should have took it. He shouldn't even bother go to court. Whatever they were offering him, he should have took it and said, you know, thanks very much and leave. The fact you're gonna take him to court, you can't win. How you think you're gonna win? I don't see how he's gonna win in this.
I know they're not, bro. Bro, I bet you they got the best lawyers in the world, bro. I bet you they got the best lawyers in the world, bro.
Even if you're saying they're gonna fight, how can they fight with all the government rules and regulations? How's the Zone supposed to put anything on? They haven't got it like ESPN in a studio, or they haven't got like PVC. You got the little studio thing, no crowd. The Zone ain't got. Where is the Zone Studios?
Golden Boy, listen. Golden Boy is on the level of Lou DiBella without Canelo, bro. That's how big of a Canelo means to Golden Boy. Once you take him away, he's like Gary Shaw or Maloney dude in the UK. He's not really existent. Yeah. So that's why he has to fight two battles. He has to fight DAZN and Oscar. Yeah. So it'd be easier for him to get rid of Oscar first. Once he get rid of Oscar, then that'll free him up tremendously. And once he does that, because Oscar is like a parasite, because Oscar deep down knows without homeboy, they have no company. So they're going to be doing a lot of snake things. Now, I think the Zone is going to go against Oscar. It's going to be three-way battle, bro. Watch. Because if you already noticed, they put a press release out from Golden Boy saying the beef is just between the Zone and Canelo. It's not between us. They try to separate themselves. But we've been read up on Oscar and what Oscar is doing. So they can't fool the public, bro. I got to get a hands on the full thing. And we'll see, though. If the Zone learned their lesson, you don't give that much money. It's more than money what you do to try to make the fights on. They got a little bit too happy with the money. And at the end of when it's all said and done, hopefully, I mean, Canelo, a lot of fighters had to go through it, you know? It's just crazy because you can't just say Canelo the biggest name in boxing, because for any company that's out there, you have to base things on an opponent. No boxer is bigger than the sport. I always use the same example. It's easy to understand. In the 90s, you had De La Hoya and you had Roy Jones. Everybody on this earth 99% know that Roy Jones is a much better fighter than De La Hoya. But guess what? They marketed De La Hoya. Not only that, De La Hoya had way more opponents to fight to make way more money than Roy Jones. If you notice, Roy Jones wasn't really in no big pay-per-views because he was so dominant and he didn't have the opponents there. So any fighter that think they're better than the sport and don't got the opponents is mistaken. So if you look at Canelo, his biggest fight, in my opinion, I favor him to win, to beat Jamal Charlo in Texas, especially with the Golden Boy situation. But they're going to have to find out a way to work together. That's the biggest fight that I think that they can make for him now. So, and then I think Benavidez and Caleb Plant will be solid too. But we'll see. Now, if you look at somebody like somebody else, and they got way more opponents. Tank, everybody want to fight Tank. So he got way more opponents, and he can move up more weights. Canelo was at the tail. He's a pro for 15 years. So he's at the tail end of his career, even though he's only 30 years old. So
yeah, apparently they're going to say the Zone realizing the U.S. market wasn't doing well, i.e. the Mexican fan base wasn't buying the views. They wanted to take him to Japan. They wanted him to fight in the UK. They wanted to fight him. Canelo weren't on it, bro. Oscar's like, yo, can we go fight here? He said, nah, I ain't leaving nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
They created a monster, bro. Like, imagine if you had a company, right, and I have to sell windows, and you tell me no matter what, you're going to give me 50 pounds. I'm not going to have no incentive to really go out there and sell. Now, if you give me a smaller amount and then give me some commission, then I'll be like, okay, let me make sure I work my ass off to make sure I really exceeded and get certain levels. they made it where it's like they enable him. Like the zone made a mistake in that part. They never really created the drive. Why would Canelo do that? They made him like, fuck it, I could just do anything, and then I'm the number one guy. That shit got to his head. I could do rematch clauses. So now when you on top like that, the world has a way of balancing everything out. People tired of that rehydration clauses and shit like that, bro.
Well, I can tell you this. Me personally thinking he's eating through the money. I think even after the zone, he's probably out of shape.
Could be.
I don't think he'll beat the Charlos right now, because when you usually had these negotiations and what's happened with Canelo's in the point where he has to fight live opponents, bro. The zone will not put Ildren. See that Ildren guy, right? The Ildren guy, Eubank killed that guy.
That made him look weak, bro. When he done that made him that fuck.
Yeah, bro. That they were looking to fight them level opponents, right? And you're gonna make people pay and the zone. Oh yeah, bro. You can't let you.
That made Canelo look bad, bro. He should have never did that, bro.
Ever since he left HBO and got the money, bro, the lack of the opponents have been weak, bro. They've been really weak. They like when he was in HBO, they made sure he got his money. They made sure he got his money, whatever, and he fought a good standard, the level of opponents. But this one here is weak. I mean, when I was going down the resume, all I was seeing pure welterweights. You know, Canelo had a lot of advantages. He was heavier than a lot of the guys. I mean, Jose Lopez, a lot of guys, he's heavier than him. Cotto, I mean, some of them at 154, but he was established. Triple G, you know, people say he didn't fight Triple G when it was supposed to. He fought when he was ready, like a year. He made Triple G out the ring for a year. Well, Triple G decided to fight out of the year. And then when he fight Triple G was ring rusty. So this time now, they like, yo, you need to fight. So the zone's like, are you going to fight a better level of opponent? Because no, in fact, I'm going to sue you. It's like this right here, it shows you privilege is gone awry. And at the end of the day, like, I'll be honest with you, the zone said they're going to give you this. I don't see him beating the zone in court. Oscar De La Hoya, Oscar De La Hoya, so fascinated with Al Heyman and suing Al Heyman. And look at it now. The same guy that you was building up, your spoiled child is suing you. You know what I mean? Now Oscar say he wants to put on the rhythm and go fight Conor McGregor after he was dissing Mayweather.
Exactly. It's just all over the place, bro. That's why you gotta have more than one star on your team. You gotta really treat your fighters good. And then you really gotta build them up. But nowadays it's like promoters don't really build them up. They just wait for their welfare checks and they just do whatever because they don't really gotta work hard because the way it's designed. Well, when you really gotta work hard and promote and do certain things, and it's, you know, because Canelo could actually be bigger, but there's certain things Canelo is going to have to do as well. So, we'll see, man.
Ryan Garcia was the first one to start complaining. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think if you look at this situation, if you're a fighter and you see this whole thing with the zone and what's going on, you're looking over there, Al Heyman. Look, I never heard Santa Cruz complain. I never heard Abner Morris complain.
He named it.
Even Guerrero works at Al Heyman. All the Mexican fighters over there on Al Heyman.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
They ain't complaining.
Leo Santa Cruz named one of his sons after Al Heyman, bro.
Yeah, they cool, bro. They like people with Al Heyman. They all right. I'm not. I know Oscar De La Hoya meant well when he started his promotional company, and Bernard Hopkins. I'm sure they meant well, but somewhere along the line, they've gone their track. Their promotion was one of the most lucrative promotion. When they got rid of Al Heyman and Oscar said he was taking over the reins, he didn't like where the direction of the company was going. Well, this is where the direction of this company is going. Your decision making has cost you millions right now, and now you have to go to court and your paper. You're gonna have to put the books out, bro. People want to have to see the books. If he's suing you, you're gonna have to open up the books. You're gonna have people paperwork is. They want to see the paper trail. You're gonna have to explain things to the court. And the thing is really and truly, when it comes down to it, if I'm Canelo, I don't even know, like, in my opinion, where you think you're gonna go. It's gonna take a year out of your career. By the time you do come back in your career, you'll get your money. But people say Canelo's worth so much money, but if you're worth so much money, why are you fighting over this much money? You should have money saved up. I think he's been spending a lot of money. He's lucrative lifestyle. He's probably got lucrative land and bills that he's not paying, and he needs some money, bro. Like somewhere along the line, he's accumulated so much wealth, and he's got so much things he has to pay out each month that he can't pay it up. It usually happens when people spend too much because what you do in this epidemic, you scale down. You should be scaling down, not going up, not upgrading. You know what I'm trying to say to you, bro?
Yeah. If I was him, I would try to settle quickly as possible to get maybe if he can get 20 million from the zone or 20 to 50 million from the zone, and also get a release from his Golden Boy contract, it'd be good because he'd have that money without fighting. Of course, lawyer fees, he can get them to pay the lawyer fees. And the zone will probably do that because they're looking at 280, whatever the rest of the contract is. They don't want to do business with Canelo no more like that. It's obvious. They can make more money without Canelo, so they can both come to an agreement and then find a way to get rid of Golden Boy. And Golden Boy is going to have to start over however they're going to do. And then Canelo can be free. And once he's free, then that way he can sign with whoever he wants to and then go back to his pay-per-view and do the things that he wants to do, because it's a lot of things that he has to overcome. So I'm rooting for him because he is the fighter, but I don't know, bro.
Yo, my man Robski, 1978. Shout out to Robski, 1978. Also, Tommy Temper, executive session. And it's in the chat. So Robski, 1978 says, I'm glad I didn't pay the DAZN $100 after my $99, yeah, promotional finish. Exactly. The next thing he said, the zone has 3 champions at 160, and none of them are fighting each other. Exactly. So you see what I'm gonna say to you? Like they came into the sport to take over the sport, right? And like many people, like 50 Cent, like Jay-Z, they all these people, companies, they came in trying to say we're gonna be the new thing in boxing, we're gonna take over boxing. Right, but this one was really Eddie Hearn was pushing this thing. We're getting rid of the pay-per-view money, but at the same time, you're getting rid of pay-per-view. But in England, you're still charging us in England pay-per-view, Eddie. But you're trying to say we're trying to get in the zone. We're trying to get rid of pay-per model. Now things are gonna right. See, they're sponsored by Viacom and they got Bellator. That's what I say. The Bellator, that money. But
Viacom. Viacom is
Viacom.
Viacom in the UK.
Viacom. Yeah, they're the ones behind the zone. They're the ones putting the money.
In which country? In which country?
No, in obviously they're from Canada, innit? They're from Canada.
No, because Viacom is CBS, and Viacom also owns Showtime. So I was like, it must be overseas then, not in the US. Because Viacom owns Showtime.
Oh, maybe it's not Viacom then. Maybe it's not Viacom.
They got a lot of people. I forget the owner. I forget the guy's name. He got some bread though. He is like a billionaire guy. He do a lot of investments and start all types of stuff.
Yeah, so what happened is then, and people complain about Deontay Wilder not taking 100 mil. That's why he's from Alabama. That's why he's this. That's why he's that to fight Anthony Joshua. There was no guarantee he was going to fight Anthony Joshua. What they were trying to do is monopolize the market. So they'd have Deontay Wilder. They'd have Canelo Alvarez. They have Triple G. They have all the basically they bought all the pawns on the board. So if they bought on the pawns on the board, then they can manipulate the sport. And what's happened with the epidemic is that people have scaled. Now they realize, like, bruh, we're just trying to save ourselves because they bought all these sports. They wanted to be the leading, leading thing on like leading live stream in the world. And they see what's happening in the world right now. Before they even started, this epidemic's killed that. So now they're not even making no money. So they're like, yo, we need to cut everything back. Scale down. So the boxing have to get scaled down. So how the heck, Canelo, when everything's getting scaled down, you want your money? You want your money, like you're real talk. How are we supposed to get your money? And I'll be honest with you, I look at Al Heyman and then them guys there, and fight by fight basis, like you said, Jalik, fight by fight basis, and that's how you do it. Because I remember Lou DiBello, right? He was the executive, one of the executive heads of HBO, and what's his name again? Ricardo Williams, right? Was Olympian. He received the silver medal, right? He was supposed to be the next Roy Jones. Lou DiBello gave him a lucrative contract. I think he gave him because he thought he was going to be next Roy Jones. He gave him like 50 mil or 10 mil, whatever. Because he thought, up front, he said, yo, look, take this money, look after your family. Bruv, that kid ate that money and never turn into anything, bruv. Because boxers need an incentive to build up. When you give someone that amount of money, how's the heck he supposed to get in the gym? He don't need to go in the gym. He's got the money in the bank. The money was in the bank already. And then he just ate the money and Lou DiBello lost the whole heap of money. And then Lou DiBello also had Jermaine Taylor because he bought all the Olympians at the time. But Jermaine Taylor is the only one out of the Olympian class that he actually got become a middleweight champion. But obviously it wasn't long lived, right? So there's no guarantee when you spend all this money on these fighters that they're going to give you that money. But Mayweather, credit to Mayweather. I remember when he got it, people say he ain't going to do the contract. He ain't going to fight. Credit to Mayweather, he did it. Canelo is saying he wants to fight and he wants to get paid. But Canelo, the level of opponents you've been fighting, my friend, they've been awful, bro. They just happy. You know what I mean? The level is just, it's not that good. I was a wild I was for Wilder, going to the zone. Now I look stupid. Yeah, exactly. See, exactly. That's what my man Robski said. Good for Wilder staying with Showtime and Fox. 100% Robski. And this is all them people. This goes out to all them people who think they know better about boxing and stuff. Al Heyman, no one's more smarter than Al Heyman, who comes from Harvard. And where's Al Heyman? Is he Harvard graduate and smart? And also, you're a mute, Jalik, right? Also, you're also with what's his name again? Eddie Hearn. He leads with Eddie Hearn. He made sure that Joshua said, listen, we don't know too much about this zone. So what we're gonna do, we just do fight by fight. And what we do, every time we fight, they'll give us more money. So Andy Joshua got paid. He got paid, bro. He made sure he got his paid. What you got there? Oh, you putting the roof on your car? Which you want to say something, Angelique? You're on mute, bro.
Am I still on mute?
You're fine now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. My fault. Yeah, because it's you right about Ricardo Williams, bro. Like, he ain't really do nothing. He from Cincinnati. He ain't really do nothing. Man, Canelo, I kind of want him. See, maybe this would give Canelo his hunger back. So I don't know, because Canelo, I don't know, bro. It's kind of hard. Like I say, like, what fight do you want to see? You be like, yeah. And it's a lot of shit is about his personality. He don't really talk, bro. Like, he don't really talk. Like, people don't really know him like that. Like, it's like he don't go on social media. Nowadays, it's a little different, bro. Like, real talk, because I don't know, man. Hopefully everything work out for all of them, to be honest with you. But just watching boxing for what I did, whoever got the best lawyers is going to win.
Bro, let me tell you something. When the moment Canelo steps up, I'm putting money against him to lose, because what shows me is that I don't know how much belief. I'm telling you, bro. I don't know how much belief he's got against the Charlos and all the other guys there with Golden Boy. But when you have all these things in the background, you're suing, lawsuits, and all these things, it doesn't really work out. And in the moment you leave Golden Boy, you leave that protection of making sure that you're gonna win the fight. The judges are in your favor. Everything's in your favor. Or Golden Boy had that in the pockets. You know what I mean? Like, making sure Canelo, listen, even if you lose the fight, we got the judges paid off. You're going to win. Now, you go at Heyman, you ain't going to get that now. You're not going to get looked after now. You're going to have to fight. You know, Manny Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman. It was a good fight for him. And listen, there's a good young guy he beat off. But Canelo, you're going to have to do something, bro. You're going to have to fight for your contract or whatever. You ain't going to get no gimmies. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Shout out to Michael Thompson in the chat. If you go to Al Heyman, you ain't getting no easies, no slices, no, you ain't getting no gimmies. You ain't getting it. And real talk, you shouldn't want that anyway, bro. You've earned enough money in the sport. You know what I mean? We want to see you fight the best competition. So let's do that. Let's do that for your fan base and boxing. Also, get back on Showtime so the whole of your Mexican fan base and the rest of the world can get you. Showtime, I'm still glad Showtime's still there. 100%. I'm not gonna lie, I like HBO, but HBO was becoming very toxic. The
announcers. The announcers be on some bullshit, bro.
They were so toxic towards fighters and disrespectful to fighters. It was getting their propaganda was so bad. It was so bad.
Bro.
It was so bad. When they left, no one cared. I mean, they've done like 30 years of boxing, and I used to watch them, yeah. But they got to the point where they couldn't say anything about boxers, and they had no one to address them. They could cheat fighters on the scorecards. Not them, not especially, right? But eventually, they became somewhere along the line. They became the company people. Showtime, on the other hand, I feel are kind of fair. They're there for the fans, and they really just try and entertain the fans. They give their perspective. Paulie Malignaggi was very unfortunate about what he said, about the comments he said. But end of the day, if you go on what's the word, unprofessional thing, because YouTube really and truly, even though YouTube we have it, you have unprofessional channels who report and professional channels. When you go on a thing and you're relaxing your house and you're just talking about things you're not aware of, it has an impact, bro. You're a celebrity. If you don't know you're a celebrity, it has impacts. You can't just say stuff. Me and Jalik could say stuff. It's not really going to affect us, but not so much.
Exactly.
You work for Showtime. You can't be saying stuff the way you be saying. So then you have to realize that there's, in this social media era, there's consequences to your actions, and you have to pay. I'm glad that they did something about that. So let's see. And everyone was saying, well, it don't matter because Paulie's gonna go to the zone, but the zone ain't even here no more. So Paulie ain't got no job now. So Paulie ain't got no job now. So what you gonna do now? So Paulie's sitting there.
And ESPN just signed Andre Ward to a multi-fight deal. Him and Tim Bradley doing their thing. I think they pretty good. I think they pretty good. A lot of people don't like Tim Bradley. I think he's solid though.
I think Tim Bradley, after he got away from Teddy Atlas, Tim Bradley coming to his own.
He is, bro.
I like he speaks his mind, whether you don't like it or not.
Exactly, bro.
He been around. He beat some of the best. He fought the best. You can't say nothing to Tim Bradley. Andre Ward, you don't even need to say nothing. So when they talk, us as fans, we're gonna listen whether we disagree or not.
Right, bro. Yeah.
I'm still trying to call them Uncle Tom or whatever you is because you disagree with their points.
You know they just doing that. You know how people are, bro. That's bro.
And you're right. You're
right. He just signed with them.
But you know the funny thing about it, right? Certain people, YouTube channels have been dissing DAZN for the longest, saying it ain't gonna work. I can't see how their model's gonna work. But people, they came out here was dissing PVC when PVC all they wanted to do is give us free boxing. They wasn't even trying to say you had to pay £10 a month, bro. They was just trying to put it on TV, and people was like, oh, because it was Al Heyman, they was trying to diss it. De La Hoya tried to take him to court. Bob Arum tried to take him to court. They tried to take court, and these guys are trying to rob the bank, and now they've been caught with their hands in the cookie jar. They deserve what they get. What's it? My man Michael Tom says DAZN's worse than HBO. You know what? I don't listen to their commentary. DAZN is not a box.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't been. I used to do the live commentary on my channel, so for months I haven't really been.
Yeah. Listen to them.
For months I haven't been, listening, but. That shit get on my nerves, bro. Sometimes some people be going too far with their commentating, bro.
Bro, DAZN, I ain't never listened to no DAZN commentary. I'm not gonna lie. When we on YouTube, our own commentary is better than the bloody the announcers, bro. Because we go rip. Like, we be watching the fight. We can say what we want. We don't care about it. I mean, YouTube does kind of get you swear on that, but other than that, we be going in. We're passionate. We're trying to, we're scoring the thing. We ain't got no dog in the race, bro. The thing is, a lot of the company, they like Sky's become that. They biased as hell. Katie Taylor, I don't think she won the last fight. I don't think she won the first fight with that DAZN either. The two fights, I feel that DAZN girl got robbed. You know what I mean? And Sky be doing that bullshit as well. They be doing a wrong one, bro. My man Jalit just left, man. But this boxing thing, right? Listen, it bears fruit. People were dissing Wilder. Now where you at now? You know what I'm saying? Where you at now? You know what I'm saying? It's a den of thieves. That's exactly what my man says. Mike Totson. Here's a den of thieves. Where boxing billionaires of den of thieves. Where Eddie Hearn exactly? Where Eddie Hearn that trying to say he's gonna take over America? I think Eddie Hearn was no business with DAZN right now until they get stuff together. Nah, man. Listen, DAZN's toxic, bro. Right now, it's a toxic bed. They're lucky. Matchroom, just stay way away from that stuff, man. You know what I mean? Trying to say they're gonna come into the UK. Eddie Hearn, when he left to go to America, he left the UK wide open, bro. Should stay in the UK, build domestic fights, and that's what he is. Frank Warren's right. He should stay here, make some domestic fights. But the thing is, Frank Warren's fighters will probably beat Eddie Hearn's fighters. They should just do that rivalry. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? In regards to Canelo Alvarez, whatever DAZN was offering you, you should have took. You should took. If they're gonna give you a slice of their a slice of their company, whatever, and then whatever whatever money they were giving, you should have just took it. You should have just took it, right? You're trying to take them to court, you're just gonna lose more money. You're gonna cost how much? How long do you think courts go on for? They can drag this thing in, This thing can go, we go court. Sometimes the verdict could go to a year or 2 years. Then what they do, they bleed your money. It's called fleecing. That's the word. They fleece your money, bro. Why would you're a boxer? You're trying to get money, but you're just gonna lose money, bro. Wherever someone's offering, you just take the shortcut. The reason why I'm saying that is because you don't know how long this pandemic's gonna go on. And this Golden Boy, Oscar's sitting there, snorting the money up his nose and looking to fight Conor McGregor. Absolutely embarrassing situation. Ryan Garcia, if I was Ryan Garcia, I'll be calling Al Heyman in the morning. Say, yo, I want out my contract. As soon as my contract's up, I'm coming over to the PVC where it's calm and I know when I'm getting my fight dates. I'm fighting in the studio. And that's it, man. Keep that moving. Keep that pushing, bro. This boxing thing with Golden Boy it's a shame. Golden Boy started as a very lucrative company in boxing. They wanted to do well. I remember they came over in the UK and they were promoting David Haye and they were doing all the sort of things to push that. But someone along the line, they became very toxic. Big up, bro. Yeah, like someone along the line, they became very toxic. And Oscar De La Hoya became hating on Mayweather. How are you going to hate on Mayweather and say Mayweather's fighting Conor McGregor, and the same thing, you want to fight him yourself. EJ, you're absolutely right. They can drag this on for years. Exactly, years. 2 years. Canelo's where he's 32. By the time this thing's done, and you ain't gonna be fighting, they can just ruin your career just then. I've seen boxers, they put your boxing life on contract for like 3 years, man. 3 years. Why would you do that? See, because he's not too smart. And now, because you're not talking to Oscar De La Hoya to advise you, now you're just gonna be sitting on the shelf. And bruv, next, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll go on a whim. The number one boxing attraction right now is Anthony Joshua. He's the most highest paid athlete in boxing, even though Canelo is officially. But after Canelo do this, Canelo is going to be the most poorest boxer after this, man. They're going to trash, bro. I just don't understand it. In the day, like, Showtime was there. They made a bad mistake going with the DAZN, the unknown. They said they offer you so much. And the thing is, the amount of money they ask for, and they say they're going to give it to you, that's a lot of money, man. And you're not even fighting live competition as well. Not even great competition to say, yo, and the viewership is not good. Rocky Fielding is not going to do the numbers, bruh. I'm just going to tell you, nor is Danny Jacobs. Even though I like Danny, not going to do them numbers. Danny don't have New York like that. And Rocky Fielding, where's he from? Rocky from Stocky, right? Stocky, he ain't got England like that in his back pocket. Stocky, he never did nothing, bruh. If it was Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, no, that's something, bro. See, them fights that we could, you know what I'm saying? We could do something with them ones. We could do something with Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, the backwards and forwards banter. We can do something with Billy Joe Saunders. Yes, we can. We could make money with Billy Joe Saunders, 100%. We could make money with Callum Smith from Liverpool because the World Boxing Super Series. You can do some numbers. England will turn up to support. Liverpool will turn up. You know what I mean? People support Billy Joe Saunders, so the UK will turn up. You can get some pay-per-view numbers with them fights there. Also with the fight in Texas with the Charlo brothers, because they're from Texas. You got Max and Face in Texas. You can do that. But I think, in my opinion, that Canelo Alvarez knows that them 3 fights, he's probably going to lose. And you're not going to be on no catch weight. Al Heyman ain't going to let no Charlos go on no catch weight. Eddie Hearn ain't going to let his fighters. Eddie Hearn ain't going to let Billy Joe Saunders or Rocky from or Callum Smith on no catch weight. So you ain't gonna get away with that stuff. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to fight them at your weight at 168 for whatever the Billy Joe Saunders WBO belt, for Callum Smith's WBC belt or WBA belt, and the whatever linear belt at 168, and then also the Charlo, bro, if you want to fight middleweight. So it's up to you, bro. It's all on you. But I feel like it's a mistake. Oscar De La Hoya is probably snorted the money up his nose. That money's gone. You ain't getting no money out of Oscar. Oscar's gonna declare bankruptcy as soon as they put it on him as well. And the DAZN is probably gonna take bankruptcy, and they're gonna be no more. It's what in the Mexico they call it vamos. Yeah, you going to the gym? Yeah, no problem, Jalik, man. Thanks for coming over, Jalik, man. I appreciate it, bro. You know what I mean? It's big up Jalik. Big up Jalik the leader, man. If you don't know Jalik the leader, man, make sure you sub to Jalik the leader, bro. One of the fast growing YouTube channels here on YouTube, bro. Big up to Jalik leader coming over and giving his input, bro. So yeah, shout out to Jalik, man. He's gone to the gym to do that workout. So what I'm saying to you is this, right? End of the day, this is a lose-lose. If I was Canelo, you should take whatever the DAZN's giving you and get out the contract and say, fair play, and then get on with your career. But you're not. You're going to pursue it, and you're just going to lose. You're going to be in a legal litigation for years, and your contract's going to be in suspension. Oscar De La Hoya, Brian Garcia, you're going to lose fighters because you put them all on this DAZN. Because remember, De La Hoya didn't even have a network. Didn't have a network. I think they were live streaming their things. It's very expensive, so they were doing it kind of through DAZN. They were charging DAZN when they were doing it, so they didn't even have a fact. They haven't even got a base. See, ESPN, Bob Arum has ESPN. They've got bases. They've got stuff you can do that. HBO, not HBO, Showtime. They have bases. Where's DAZN's base in boxing? They haven't got one, bro. They haven't got one. Oscar had to buy out buildings and put the stuff in there. They haven't got a building, bro. ESPN got buildings, man. So Canelo, if I was you, I'd leave this litigation straight away, suspend the litigation, do a deal behind closed doors, let them give you whatever and break the contract. And let's go about your memory way, bro. Just do not pursue this. With this company here, you're just going to lose. I don't see you beating, even though they might be losing money, they ain't going to lose to you. 100, but they ain't losing to no boxer about money owed. Because as far as they concerned, we never got nothing out of you, bro. You never, your numbers you gave us weren't doing jack. They was not. And Oscar De La Hoya knew it, and you try to have people steal the money, and that's what it is, man. I'm EJ Boxing Live. That was Jalik the leader. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to everyone watching this live stream, man. Hopefully, we get back to the boxing, but we got to talk about these little things, yeah. So I'll catch you on the next one. Hope everyone's blessed. Talk to you soon. Peace.